Hello programmers, welcome back to another CircuitPython lesson on the Circuit Playground Bluefruit. And in this lesson we're going to be learning the list data structure, and we're going to use a list to update individual neopixel lights. We'll perform two different challenge exercises, one half and half that turns half of the device red and half of it blue. And one blue at a time will loop around and show the different lights lighting up one at a time. All those will use lists, so let's get at it. So a list in CircuitPython is just an ordered list of elements, and we've got a list of elements right here. These all happen to be text strings, and you can see we've got messages up here, which is actually the variable name, and message contains you are fantastic, you are great, you are amazing, and you are awesome. And notice we write all four of the elements between square brackets, and they're separated by commas. So you might think about your variable messages as being one box, and then inside of that there are a bunch of little boxes, one for each of the elements. So how do you get at individual elements? You use brackets and you refer to the element number. Now element numbering begins at 0 and heads down to 1 minus the number of elements in the array, and that's pretty common in computing. It's called zero indexing. So if we wanted to print out the first element in our messages list, we would refer to it as messages bracket 0 bracket. That's because the first one is labeled 0. And if we wanted to print out the last one, 0, 1, 2, 3, that would be you are awesome. We'd refer to messages bracket 3 bracket. So let's give this a try. So I'm back in Moo, I've plugged in my CPXb, and I'm editing code.py. Now I deleted my while true statement and any of the statements that were lighting up lights on my CPXb. I'm going to write the code that I just showed on the slide, and I actually don't need the text that's here, but since I'm going to use these in the next exercise, I'll leave these 4 lines up. So in the way that we use the name pixels as a variable name to refer to all of the different lights on our CPXb, we're going to use the name messages as a variable name to refer to a list, and that list is going to have 4 elements in it. Each of them is going to be a line of text. And in computing, we refer to lines of text as strings. So after messages, I say equal, and then I start with square brackets. All of the elements in any list that you declare are inside of square brackets. Then I'm going to type in my messages. So one string or one text message is enclosed in double quotes, you are fantastic. Then I'll say comma. I could continue to type them all in the same line, but also if I press enter and then I tab over 3 times here, I can line up the elements one on each line. And so I've added you are great, comma, you are amazing, comma, you are awesome. And then I finish this list called messages with a square bracket. And now when I press enter after my square bracket, I'm still aligned with all of my elements. What I'm going to do is backspace so that I start my next line even with messages. That's because Python requires all of the lines in your code to line up at the same point, unless they're indented for things like while true. So I'm going to use a print statement here. And remember, print statements use open and close parentheses, and inside of those parentheses are whatever you want to print out. Now, instead of putting some text in with double quotes, I can refer to the variable messages, and then inside I can put brackets for the individual list element number that I want to print. So here I'm going to print messages 1, which should be the second element. Remember, we start numbering with 0, and by printing messages 3, that should give us the last element, or the 4th element in our array, which is you are awesome. Now my output's going to be to the serial window, so I'm going to click on serial, and to make sure that I'm saving things to my Circuit Playground Express, I'm going to double click on the tab that says code.py. I'm going to make sure that I'm saving this to CircuitPy, my Circuit Playground Express that's plugged in, make sure the file's name is code.py, and then when I click on save, I'll replace the old code.py file on my CPXb with this new program. And after clicking replace, it doesn't look like it updated the program, so I'm just going to click on save one more time, and there we can see the results. We've printed out you are great, you are awesome to our serial monitor. Just scroll up and take a look at that. And in fact, if you did that, you are great and you are awesome. So let's get back to lighting things up. So we're going to use these 4 lines that we still have in our code, but what we're going to do now is we're going to light up the individual neopixel lights that are on our CPB. And in fact, this variable named pixels, believe it or not, this is actually a list. So this command here, neopixel.neopixel, will create a list that has 10 different elements, and those elements are labeled 0 through 9, and we can use 0 through 9 to refer to or to light up any individual neopixel. Now instead of using the fill command, the command is just a little bit different. We'll say pixels and then bracket 0 bracket to refer to this first one here, and then equal, and then in parentheses 0, 0, 255. That should light that up as blue. We can also do the same thing for green, and we can do the same thing for red. Let's give that a shot. So I no longer need this bit about messages, so I'll get rid of those, and we'll say pixels 0 equals, and then you put your color in parentheses here, so I'll say 0, 255, so we'll do the first one blue. You can say pixels 1, And we'll do this one in green. So I'll say 0, 255, 0. And then we'll do pixels 2 as red, 255, 0, and 0. And let's click on save and see what happens. Look over at your CPXb. And easy peasy lemon squeezy, we see our lights have lit up. We've got pixel 0 is blue, pixels 1 is green, and pixels 2, the third light, is red. Nice work. How about another challenge? So why don't you write code to light up the first 5 lights in red and the last 5 lights in blue. Pause it here, give it a shot, and unpause when you're ready. All right, we're back in Moo. So if we want to make the first 5 in red, it's going to be 255, 0, and 0. And we're going to do that from pixel 0, which is the first light, to pixels 4, which is the 5th light. Great. Now what I'm going to do, just to simplify things, is I'm going to highlight lines 0 to 4, copy them, paste them down below, change the index values to 5 to 9, and then change my color value to 0, 0, 255 so that they all show up in blue. So, all right, let's see how we're doing. Do we have everything to make this work? Let's click on the save button and boom, shakalaka. We've got exactly what we want. Red on one side, blue on the other side. Excellent work. How about yet another challenge problem? So in this challenge, what I want you to do is write a program that will turn the first light blue, then wait 1/10 of a second, turn the next light blue, wait 1/10 of a second, and continue to do that until all 10 lights are blue. Then what I want you to do is to turn all the lights off, wait 1/10 of a second, and restart from the beginning again. So you continue to get a pattern that looks like this. All blue, all blue, all blue, all blue. Let's give it a shot, pause, and then unpause when you're ready to see the solution. And here we are back in our code. I got rid of my serial monitor because I don't really need to see any serial output here. And I'm going to want everything to turn blue. So I'm just going to change the color value in pixels 0 through 4 that used to be red, and I'm going to change them to blue, which is 0, 0, 255. Now, if I ran my code at this point, I wouldn't be pausing after lighting up each individual light. So what I want to do is I want to use time.sleep, and I want to save that inside of parentheses at 0.1, which is 1/10 of a second after each light is lit up. Now remember, when you light up a light, it's going to stay lit unless you turn it off. So that's why we start off with the first light, we wait 1/10 of a second before lighting up the second light, but that first light will remain bright. Then after the second light, those first 2 will remain bright, but we'll light up the third one 1/10 of a second later and continue. And with them all lit up, what we'll do is we'll wait 1/10 of a second more, and then we'll turn all the lights off. And do you remember how we do that? We can just fill them with the color 0, 0, 0 for no red, no green, and no blue. And remember, the fill command has one set of parentheses for the parameter inside of it, and then the color is expressed with another set of parentheses with 3 numbers and 2 commas. If we were to run our code now, we would wait 1/10 of a second before lighting up each individual light in blue, then we would shut them all off in 1/10 of a second later, but nothing would repeat. How do we repeat? Our friend the while true loop, so we'll type in while space capital T true with a colon, and now we also need to indent everything after the colon and while true, so that all of these statements that are indented at the same level after true are going to be executed over and over again in this infinite loop. Now here's a quick tip. If you want to indent a bunch of statements together, you can just highlight them as I've done here, and then just press tab. It moves them all over at once. Now I'll shrink down my font so that you can see all the code at once. I'll go up here and click on the save button. Boom! We have this magnificent pattern which is repeating in blue over and over again. I hope you're feeling really good now about what lists are, how to use the index of a list to refer to different lights on your CPXb. Feel good about what you're doing, programmer? Keep at it!